Constantly worked on myself. I've never been easy on myself, and I've never gotten things easy. I think it's all a part of your growth. Hi guys, this is Tulsi Kumar, and you're watching me on peepingmoon.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to Peepingmoon.com. I am Rashita Sahni. Now today I have with me Tulsi Kumar, who like always has impressed all of us with Dance Wave mashup, the incredible singer. Hi Tulsi,
Thank
how
you.
have you been? Sorry,
Thank you.
I have to add the incredible singer and dancer and performer.
Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction, and thank you because just before we started, she was praising the mashup, so I was taking in all the compliments.
I know, and as I was saying, this mashup looks very well blended. Now, I have seen mashups that are just made like that are not well done. To be very honest, I have watched mashups. Firstly, no one puts in so much effort. I could see how much, every look, every song had a look, and every look was matching the vibe and the tone, the background, everything. You conceptualized it. How did you come up with it?
So I was actually just listening to some fast numbers one day, and I was just thinking to myself, I usually get a lot of romantic songs. Of course, I've done songs like O Saki Saki and Nachange Sari Raat, but I've not like featured in them. I've done playback. So I wanted to do something for the audiences, and very few people know. Ab tak to jaan gaye hoenge काफी लोग that I love to dance. I'm not a trained dancer, but मैं rehearse करती हूँ and then I love to perform, and I've been doing that since my school time. So singing and music and dance, these were the two things that I was always focused on during school. So that's when I was listening to these fast numbers one day, I decided, why don't I do something where I bring in my favorite dance tracks together and kind of fuse it together and design a video out of it. And I've been doing a lot of dancing in reels, so we decided also to put one hook step in all the if you see, there's one hook step that is repeated in all the four songs. Which we did it for our reels audience also, which is also one of the focus these days, so that they can pick up the step. And so we started with designing the music. So we had DJ Lijo on board for this, and he's such a talented music producer. He also composes. So I threw in my ideas as to what exactly I want musically, what kind of pace I want, and he fused in these four songs so beautifully. We decided to do Lagdi Lahore Di, Aklar Jave, Yaad Piya Ke Aane Lagi, and of course Love Mera Hit Hit, which is one of my most loved dance numbers. So I wanted to do that. I think we decided, we kind of conceptualized, and then we got the end result. We were very happy with the way everything came in. And even if we talk about my styling, I had my stylist Kareen on board, and I jammed with her also. Okay, we should do this, we should have color pop, we should have stuff that's vibrant, because that's the mood of the entire video. So it was great fun right from start to end, till the time the video came to me color graded. I was like, yes. So it's a process, and the best thing is that I'm getting to learn so many different things other than what I do, which is my singing and creating the music. Apart from that, so I think every video is a learning process for me.
I'm sure, and I personally, these days, I feel very happy when I see singers in their own videos, because there was a time where singers were not given due credit. We knew their voice, but their face somewhere was not very recognizable. Now, when today I see singers, I know who Tulsi Kumar is by her face. And that is because, of course, of your voice, but also because I see you so often these days.
Of course.
There was a time when we used to take interviews and we were not allowed to sit in front of the camera. It was only our voice asking questions from behind the cameras. So I can relate to how it used to feel. I used to be like, no, I want to sit there. I want my face to be there. And of course, then it happened. So I can totally relate to the journey also of all singers, how they go through it. But was this always in your sort of planning that that one day I would like to do videos like that, because if I see your videos, everything is very different from one another. Whenever I have spoken to you, every song of yours, whether or not you feature in it, your voice, everything is very different. So how do you plan and make all of that happen?
So it's been over 14 years that I'm in the industry, and I've gone through that phase that you just said, that starting में सिर्फ voice जानते थे लोग, गाने जानते थे, but वो गाना exactly किसने गाया, it used to be more towards the heroine's face was more attached to the song than the singer's face, of course. And I also kind of slipped into the trend gradually and slowly. So I've done a lot of playback. I did cut an album back in 2009, but that time albums and pop wasn't as big as it is today. Also with the kind of exposure we have of social media that has taken things to another level. But I think for all singers coming ahead, doing independent music is something that changed it for the singers. I started doing it very late. I started doing videos very late, but I'm happy with the kind of work. And when I actually started doing independent music, as you said, I make it a point that I want to bring out a different aspect of me as a singer, as an artist with every song, because I've done a lot of romantic songs, because that's what I'm usually offered for films. So independent music is a place where they can see a different side of me, because very few people know that okay, I can perform, I can dance also. So I think it's through these music videos that they get to see that side of me, my people who love my music, all my fans. So I think it's a challenge for me to do something differently and bring a different side of me towards the audience, for the audience.
I'm sure. But also, that being said, I think it's the best time to be a singer, an actor, performer in today's time with the social media thing, because I see reels pop up like so much on my feed all the time. I'm literally grooving in my mind and in my head listening to all of that. So I'm sure that has been like a boom for all of us.
Absolutely. In fact, even in the Dance Wave mashup, we made it a point firstly to have that hook step throughout the 4 songs for our Reels audiences, even the others. And also there's a transition, if you see in the music video, there are 2 transitions, where again that concept came in with the reels, because when I do a lot of reels, I shoot a lot of reels, a lot of music covers, a lot of dance reels. So that's where I was like, we're doing transition in reels, how about bringing it in the music video? So I think that, and it looked very interesting, it looked very refreshing. So yeah, I think it's all about being active nowadays on social media. There's so much, there's immense talent that you see, immense ideas that you can get from there. So yeah, I think it's a blessing for all of us.
I'm sure it is. And of course we have spoken multiple times, so I know, and I have followed your journey. I know it hasn't been easy, but despite that, people have this notion, and I was at the trailer launch of Dhoka where I asked Kushali the same thing, that people think that you come from a certain background, so you have that privilege, but they don't really go inside deep and think and try to understand how you utilized it as, and how did you come where you are. I'm a firm believer of this thing, that if you are not talented, no privilege can work in your favor. And I think we have multiple examples of failures, people coming from big backgrounds but not making it because maybe they were not talented enough or they were not lucky enough. Now you made it on your own, but still there must be comments, or there must be this air around you that yeah, she got it because she comes from a certain background. How do you take it as?
I'll be very honest, initially when I started, I did hear such kind of things, that it's because of her background, etc. But now, even if anybody says it, like one odd comment, it really doesn't matter, because the wide number of people that have grown, my audience that has grown over the period of time, it's only and only because of the kind of songs, the kind of work that I'm doing. That can't be replaced.
Correct.
A label also cannot keep pushing one artist beyond a certain point. There is only if there is a revert coming for that particular artist, only then. And I've constantly worked on myself. I've never been easy on myself, and I've never gotten things easy. I've said this multiple times. I am just treated like any other artist is. I have had my songs replaced, like my vocals have been replaced by other singers, and it happens with everyone in the industry, and I am just I also face the same things. I also go through my low days
Yeah.
when I hear the song in someone else's voice that could have been in my voice. So, but I think it's all a part of your growth. If I don't go through these things, I will not be able to grow as an artist. And I've seen an immense difference in myself, whether it is the way I present myself to the way everything. I think I always say I'm a work in progress, and that's the way I look at myself as. And even now, I'm working towards something that I want to bring to my audience, which is going to be next. I don't want to talk about it now, but that's also going to be a very, very different side of me that I can entertain my audiences with.
I agree to that. But we would love to see you maybe in a musical film or like a musical short story. I don't know if that is in work in progress, but you have already set your bar so high in the music scenario. What is next for you, and what do you think? Because if I think of it, I'm like, wow, she has done almost everything, and now what new can you do?
Yeah. So, in terms of genres of songs, I think I am yet to do certain stuff that I haven't. What you said is a very, very interesting thing. I would definitely, I'm not saying I want to jump into a field like acting, etc., but being a part of a musical story where I can be a musical, a person who comes from that musical surrounding and stuff, I think that would be very, very interesting. I would definitely, if there's something that comes my way, I'd definitely take it up, because that's where I see myself now. I mean, not as an actor, but something to do with music and describing maybe my music journey or something to play a character based on that. I think that would be interesting.
We would love to watch that as soon as possible. But thank you so much, Tulsi, for doing this. It was a lovely conversation as always, and all the very best for your future
Thank you.
projects.
Thanks for having me.
You're
on
most
Peepingmoon.
welcome.